Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, as I told you before, I'm going to go ahead and do a review of the Numanna granola. And I am going to break it up into 3 phases. It's breakfast time here in Alaska. It's about 9:50, almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and I haven't had breakfast yet. So I thought this would be a good time to review this product. So as I told you before, one of the things that I didn't like about this product before I even opened it is that if you want to have it with milk, you would have to have your own milk added to it. Whereas in the Mountain House products, it already comes with powdered milk in there. However, I'm going to review this by itself. I didn't want to switch over between this and the Mountain House because I didn't want to have to be cleaning out my palate every couple of bites. So I'm going to review this by itself. First, I'm going to taste it without anything in it, just dry. Then I am going to have it with some cold milk, and then I'm going to have it with some warm milk to see what it's like. So as you can see here, the ingredients are pretty vast, but most of the ingredients in here look like they're pretty good. Okay, it's just got a lot of different nuts and seeds in it. So the ingredients are rolled oats, milled cane sugar, vegetable oil in the form of canola or safflower oil or sunflower oil. It's got molasses, coconut, almonds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, cashews, walnuts, honey, salt, natural flavor, cardamom seed, fennel seed, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Fenugreek seed, never heard of that, and nutmeg. Okay? And as stated before, this does have a 25-year shelf life. It states that it's GMO free. It's a 2-serving pack. This pack's 260 calories per serving, 90 calories from fat. It has a total of 36 grams of carbohydrates times 2, 4 grams of fiber times 2, 6 grams of protein times 2. And for you salt-aware people out there, or people that don't like too much salt, it's only got 55 milligrams of sodium. So 110 milligrams of sodium for this entire packet. Now, as I've said before, Numanna, I reached out to Numanna, and they sent me a few meals to review at their expense. I didn't even pay for shipping, but a disclaimer that I do not work for Numanna. They are not paying me to do this review, and this review is 100% how I feel about how the food tastes. Okay, so there's no kind of bias here. Okay, I'm going to give you a very honest review of what it tastes like. Okay, so let's start off with pouring some of this, just a little bit. Well, actually, I'll pour about half of it. Is that about half? No, there's a lot. There's actually a pretty good amount in there. So that's about half of it. I'm going to pour the other half into the one that has cold milk. And it looks like I put a little too much in the dry one. So there you go. So this is what the dry one looks like. Let's see. Let's poke around here. I don't really see any nuts. So it must be that they took their nuts and seeds that they had and I guess crushed them together. And yeah, I see a sunflower seed in there. I see a little piece of cashew right here. So, but most of the nuts, it looks like maybe they got ground up and adhered to the oats that they've got in here. So I saw a piece of sunflower seed in there. Well, it looks like a sunflower seed to me. Not sunflower seed. This is a what kind of seed is this? I forgot what that is. That's not a sunflower seed. A sesame seed. That's a sesame seed. Okay, I see a couple other sesame seeds in here. Is that what those are, guys? Sesame seeds? Let me see. Sunflower. Maybe they're, yeah, sesame seeds. Okay, yeah, it's got sesame seeds in there. All right, so this one right here, as you can see, is what it looks like. It's just in cold milk. I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit. Going to give this a try. I got some warm milk that's heating up in the microwave. Let's see what this tastes like. I took that piece of cashew that's in there. Well, nothing really pops out. You know, it's got a good flavor. Obviously, it tastes like granola. I've had granola in the past that tasted better than this, but this is pretty good. I actually packaged some granola a few years ago with oxygen absorbers and sealed them, and I just had a pack here about a month ago. I opened one up and it was still good. This is good. The texture is good. You don't have to bite too hard. You don't have to bite hard at all, really, to break the pieces down, which is good. Yeah, I mean, it tastes good. I can taste the oils they used in there. It's not a heavy taste. It doesn't leave a aftertaste. So far so good. Not too bad at all. We're going to go ahead and try that milk. First, I'm going to pour my warm milk into this other one here so that it can have a little bit of time to mix up with it. And we'll see what that comes out like. So let's go ahead and just stir this around a little bit. Probably a little too much milk for that, but that's okay. This here, as you can see, this is the one that's got the cold milk. And this, I think, had enough time to sit in there. I kind of like soft cereal. So like if I have cereal or granola with milk in it, I like to let it sit until it's really soft. But for these purposes, we're going to go ahead and try it like this. It looks pretty good with the milk. So this is what it looks like here. Okay, let's give it a try. It's okay. It's granola. So it's I mean, it's got good flavor. So there's nothing bad about it. It's just not great. Like if I tasted this and I tell you, "Oh my goodness, this tastes delicious. It's so really good." But keeping in mind that it's long-term food storage. It maintains like 97 or 98% of its nutrient values, even after 25 years, or up to 25 years. You know, that's what the intent of this kind of food is. So it tastes okay. You know, if I had to give it from a 0 to 10, as far as the taste goes, I would have to say that I'd probably give this about a 7. Okay, so I would probably give this about a 7 out of 10. So, which is not really bad, you know. It's just, in order for me to give it a 8.5, a 9 or higher, I'd have to be like, wow, this is really good. Or like, wow, look at the big pieces of, you know, cashews they got in there. But that's just my opinion. Some of you may try this and say, this is the best thing that I've ever had. But for my palate, it tastes good. It's just not fantastic. Okay, now this is the cereal that I put warm milk in. Let's see if that makes a difference, if it takes out some of the flavors or the oils. And as you can see, it's a little bit runny because I put a little too much milk in there, but that's okay. I mean, there's about a half a cup of milk in here and about a half a cup in the other. So this is what it looks like in warm milk. It's pretty much the same as the other. Actually, it's not. Warm milk doesn't... If you guys can tell the difference, this is what it looks like in warm milk. And this is the cold milk, although there's a little less milk in the cold milk. And it's been sitting there a little longer. So this is what it looks like. You can see another seed in here. I think that's a sunflower seed. Yeah, that's a sunflower seed. Okay, let's give this a try. The warm milk, I think, makes it better. I think the warm milk puts it at about an 8. Yeah, that warm milk really brings the flavors out. So I would definitely, if I were eating this, or if I were to purchase this, I would definitely make plans of at least having some powdered milk available so that I can heat up some water and put some powdered milk and water in it. Another thing is it's just sweet enough. It doesn't have a lot of sugar. This has 6 grams of sugar. If you guys can read that there. 6 grams of sugar per serving. It's up from the protein. So it doesn't have a lot of sugar except for the natural carbohydrates that you get from the oats. And, you know, there's a little bit of other, well, it's got cane sugar in it, but it doesn't have a lot of sugar, but it's just sweet enough. So it's not overly sweet. The taste is not, it doesn't attack your palate. Okay, like if you, sometimes you taste something that's really sweet and it just kind of like attacks your palate. It's sweet enough to where it lets you taste the other ingredients in the product. So I like that about it. I also like that it's not that sweet because it will accommodate people that don't like very sweet things. And people that do like sweet things, they can add a little bit of sugar to it. Me personally, I wouldn't add any sugar to this because I think that it tastes just fine the way it is. So with the warm milk, I'll definitely give it an 8. With the cold milk or by itself, I would say somewhere in the 7 range as far as from 0 to 10 on the taste factor. Obviously, there's other factors to consider. It's got very low sodium, so this is a good meal to consider for someone that is conscious about the sodium that they intake. It doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, so another good thing to consider about people that are conscious about eating too much refined sugars, which means that this as a whole is probably pretty, I forgot the word that they mentioned for diabetics, but it will absorb into your body slowly instead of very quickly. So that's another good thing about it, with having all of these nuts and oats in it. It will absorb into your body steadily and not very quickly. So giving you a sustained form of energy instead of giving you a sugar rush and then you crashing afterwards. So overall, it's a good product. Would I recommend it? I don't know yet because this is the first product that I've tried from a long-term food storage company that is granola. I'll do another review sometime later on in the week, reviewing the Mountain House granola. Their granolas, I believe, comes with blueberries. And honestly, I don't know what the price point is on this. So I would have to look that up. I don't know that Numanna sells single pouches like this. I think they sell them in a combination bucket or in several pouches at the same time. But I will leave the link to Numanna's website because they were gracious enough to send me these samples at no cost to myself. And I will also leave you the promo code where if you decide that you would like to purchase some of this, that you can get a 10% off discount, okay? And having said that again, remember, ladies and gentlemen, I am not getting anything for this, okay? So I don't want you to think that I'm promoting this because I am getting something out of it. And if I did, it would be going into the community anyways. Okay. However, I do want to put that promo code out there in their website because they were gracious enough to send me these samples to try out and let you guys know what I thought about them. So if anything, go take a look at them if you're not familiar with their company. It looks like they're a pretty good company. And if you're not familiar with them, go take a look at them. And if you do decide to buy something from them, then you have that promo code there to give you 10% off. And I do believe, don't quote me on this, but I do believe that if you buy a certain amount of product from them, that they will ship to you for free. But don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure on that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, I hope that you enjoyed this review. And I hope that it informed you a little bit more on this certain company's granola, at least. We still have the pasta primavera to review for them. And I'll probably do that sometime during the week as well. Okay? And I'll probably do the pasta primavera review before I do the Mountain House granola review. Okay? Because I want to give Numanna their due, you know, for sending me this stuff. So I want to put this out there so you all can take a look at it. Okay? So I'll probably do that first before the Mountain House one. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.